it is a Thursday, February something or another. It's the next day. I already posted a video yesterday. I feel like I have to post this video today though, so we're gonna talk about soulmates. It feels like someone out there is just crying out, Lord, tell me, what is the point? Oh my gosh, a bird just flew right now into like my entryway. That's a sign. That is a sign. I normally in real life don't take too many signs. You know, like I ignore that kind of stuff. But during this, I always think that there's something to that. Okay, so anyway, yeah, someone's out there just crying out, trying to figure out what is the point of this? My heart's broken. So on and so forth. Alright, I'm about to tell you, okay? I'm telling you guys what this whole purpose is, and hopefully this is gonna help you in some way. Also, I pre-recorded a video. It's gonna come out, I think, February 16th, and I talk a little bit more about twin flame, soulmate, soul family, karmic partners. There was something about it, I was like struggling to kind of catch what I was trying to say. So this is just kind of an add-on to that, okay? Alright, so what is the point? Are soulmates real? What is that? What is going on? Yes, our soulmates are very absolutely completely real. I use these earrings as an example because this is a representation of infinity, of forever. And you can look at this as you and your divine counterpart, your soulmate, and the center being the awareness of this connection, this forever bond between you and this person. Well, this soul, right? We are represented in this world as a person in this physical environment. But we are two complete souls that are existing forever bonded with each other. And as we come to that realization of wholeness, of togetherness, that bond deepens, that awareness deepens. As we pull apart, that disconnect, the perceived disconnect happens, that perception is very minimal, right? And that can be represented in the physical world as us physically being apart. But that's not the reality, right? That is just what we perceive. The journey of the soulmate is, in truth, an accurate representation of the journey of the collective souls and God. It is a representation of the forever bond of the collective souls and God. And as we perceive wholeness and togetherness, we understand that we are forever together. The more that we deny, reject, and feel disconnected from God, the more that the perception is minimal. The process of the soulmate is not always a romantic one in the human experience or other experiences outside of this physical world. Why is that? It's because just as our love, our compassion, our origins are with God, that relationship, that love, true love, real love, is not only unconditional, but it transcends any physical representation that we can have of love. You can compare this to the love of a mother for her child. There's no love that you can compare to that. A love of a woman and a man in a romantic relationship that is healthy and harmonious. There's no comparison to that. The love that you have for a parent, the love you have when you are sympathetic and empathetic towards someone who is in need, that is all moments that you will share with your soulmate, because it's teaching you through many lifetimes and through many experiences that our love is always connected, always true, always bonded, and it's more than what we perceive in that time. So that's why our soulmate is not always going to be someone that's romantically linked to us. They might not even exist right now in this world. And so we have to understand that, and we have to ground ourselves in that understanding without confusing it with all of these other things that are happening in the world that try and unintentionally or unintentionally create this illusion of separation, this illusion of chasing or needing or desiring. It's okay to desire and have hope. That can also be part of your journey, but it's also about not comparing your journey to other people either. Now I'm kind of getting a little scattered with it because every person's different, okay? But I will say that romantic and healthy, harmonious relationship between a soulmate, a true soulmate, is rare because it takes many lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of doing the right thing. Doing the right thing is in being virtuous and holy and emulating your virtuous and godly life, your divine self, in this life. It has to be, you have to be completely healed, and there's no shortcutting it. I've said this in other videos before too. All of this drug use and frequency it's abuse, it's spiritual abuse. It's allowing entities to come in and hijack you energetically, and you have to be honest of where you feel dysfunction in your life, and if you are using some sort of practice as a form of escapism where you are denying your spiritual truths, you're denying God, because as a lot of people do when they go into spirituality, and it's a way of denying God. It's a way of saying, I want to shortcut my path. This is knowingly or unknowingly, but really it's like you're wanting that gratification, immediate gratification. What's going to give it to you? Demonic entities are going to give it to you. Not all the time, not always, and every person, you have your own free will, but where are you giving your freedom away with that, right? You have to figure this out for yourself. I'm just trying to give you the information, so it's kind of extra tools in your arsenal to figure it out, and navigate your life in the healthiest and most purposeful way, because this is what we all need. This is what we all divinely want and desire. And in truth, I do see that the world is it's in a perilous time, truly. I don't like saying that because that sounds kind of doom and gloom, but we can work within our own life, and basically like expand our energy, expand our light. What that means is like anxiety, depression, fear, all of these lower frequency feelings that keeps us closed in, that keeps our energy small. You can think like even people with bad posture, that can also be a physical representation of trauma, because as your posture changes, depending on like the habitual stuff, but like, if you're like on your phone too much and all this, but you can kind of like turn inward, like kind of like a baby does, like a fetal position. And that's where that bad, because it's trauma. You're trying to feel safe. You're trying to like hold up, and that's how your energy happens. It like starts getting teeny. So it's about confidence and faith and belief, because through faith, if you act through faith, if you act through all of these, like this confidence that God will when I talk about praying to your guardian angels and talking to your guardian angels, they're always there for you. They are representatives, the holy representatives of God, because it's my belief from my visions, God is so high vibrational that he needs people to speak on his behalf that can lower their frequency and their vibration in order to communicate with us. So when I do psychic work, what I'm doing is I'm heightening my vibration. And also, when you go to psychics, you should probably do your due diligence of like, if you really need to go to psychic, you really don't. No, most people don't need to go to psychics, but I don't think it'll harm you if you go to a good person, right? The same thing with like pastors. Like you can go to a crooked pastor and they'll misguide you too, but it's actually different. It's different but the same. Because with psychic work it can get dicey very, very quickly. But you have to already be naturally high vibrational, and that will help. It'll help you stay protected, and it'll help the psychic stay protected as they do this kind of work, because those energies can come in very quickly. They're very, very sneaky, and they vary on vibrations, okay? But what they bank on is to pull the vibration down in order to intercept. Okay, and so I've talked before about like curses, and I've seen in visions, this is my belief, is you can't be cursed unless you believe that you can be cursed, because you are shielded and protected by the divine source, by God, and you have to give away your freedoms. Okay, you have to give that away to these entities, saying, I'm afraid because I acknowledge power over me, that you can harm me, that you can hurt me, that you can do all of these things. And that is where that can occur, as far as like curses go. Okay, and also when I'm talking on that subject, I also want to talk about like the art of being unbothered, and how I've talked about that before. And this is talking about like the physical world, obviously, and how you should not ever give someone the power over your emotions. This goes with anger, this goes with frustration, this goes also with happiness, and it goes with anxiety. When you're anxious and you are depressed and you are hiding yourself away, you are giving power to other people over they're dictating your life and how you navigate your life. And it's really a disservice to yourself and to others, because, you know, everyone has something beautiful and valuable to offer to this world. And, you know, I'm sure everyone has an instance where you've met someone in the passing, and, you know, those few moments, those few seconds or minutes of talking to a complete stranger cheered you up or made your day. And you're kind of selling yourself short by not realizing that when you walk in your power, which is, you know, you can fall onto faith and to God and say, I entrust you to guide me and to give me strength to get through the day and to get me through this, and for me to enjoy this life and to empower myself and to learn why I'm here and the experiences of everything that's in this world, that you will be touching other people's lives, directly or indirectly. Physically, you know, meeting someone by chance, and also vibrationally, when you expand your vibration, people can feel that even when you're not around them. That's the power of prayer, group prayer, for the troubles in the world that do exist. You know, and I'm not even talking about like first world things. I'm talking like really, really, really crazy, terrible stuff that exists beyond human trafficking and organ harvesting, which is currently going on, and human enslavement and experimentation, and, you know, not to get like so into that, but like that stuff's real. And, you know, I am a super optimistic person. I just believe in everyone, because just as there's that much darkness, light is so much more powerful, and we are forever linked to one another. So just as people are going through these horrific, stressful times, even the people who are doing this kind of stuff, there's a lot of tension and darkness within them, power that they may have given away to other entities, knowingly or unknowingly. That as we understand that, as we can give and hold compassion and space for those people as well, as difficult as it may seem, the more that we can heal ourselves and see how minimal some of the things that we have let affect us are, and how grand of a journey that we're on, and how grand of a soul that we are, and that anything that's in our past of this life or lifetimes, and forget this thing not everyone, but a lot of people are going to their Akashic records and all of this stuff. You don't need to know that. For the most part, you don't need to know that. You're here now. You have the gift of now. You have the gift of this life. You have the gift of doing something extraordinary and beautiful, and it's more than all of that. And if you really want to go into your past, then go to the beginning of time. When you go to the beginning of the time, we will all come to the same conclusion, which is God, that unity. We have the same source. And we're not all one. Like, I think that people, that's the thing, is like, I think all of these, like, the miscommunication, confusion that's like happening now, I'm not talking about these societies like the Freemasons who have taken Christianity, this is all real. This isn't conspiratorial. This is all real, but they take it and then they give you the half-truths and then manipulate it into these extremities in order to have this human control over everyone. And then they have all of these, like, political differences and all this in order to distract us, and all of these other problems, when there's real problems that I've touched on that are going on in life, that we could really put our energy towards if we really cared and we really wanted to. But well, I don't even know what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know, I have a lot on my mind today, obviously, but the biggest thing is that we have to get back to our origins. We have to get back to this realization. We have to get back to that balance within ourselves, because things are rapidly changing, and this commercialization of spirituality is an attempt to intercept your power. And I said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and I pray that you all consider all of the possibilities of this occurring in your life in all kinds of different ways, including hypersexualization even as a child, because you should know by now. There should be enough information out there by now, including declassified information of where this hypnotic stuff has been occurring in TV and in music, and how this can affect babies who are rapidly learning where this dysfunction and manipulation is happening, where oppression can and has been and will be masked as liberation. So, yeah, that's all I want to say today. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.